Oh, and when it comes to your number, my gorgeous Gemini, your number this week is number 56. Okay, number 56, which means that now it's time to make your dreams real. Okay, now it's time to make your dreams real, and now it's time to take the lead. Now it's time to take the lead. When it comes to the beginning of this week, my gorgeous Gemini, you really are going to have such a positive information, such a positive news. And I'm so happy for you, because when it comes to this positive information, it's a lot to do, with your finances. It's a lot to do with your financial situation. It's a lot to do with things you were worrying about, but really pretty much so it's to do with your finances, and it's to do with your financial situation. This news, this message, this information, it's going to put a really big smile on your face, and you will know, based on this news, message and information, this financial information, very good, very positive, very exciting indeed. You're going to be very excited, my gorgeous Gemini. And based on this news, message, or based on this information, you will realize, oh my God, that you're going to be able to do something you weren't able to do until you made sure everything is going to be fine. You will realize that there is something that you are going to be able to do that you couldn't do before until you had this confirmation. So this is why you're going to be excited, because of the couple of things here. First of all, of course, it's going to be positive information when it comes to your finances, your financial situation, but also now you will be super excited because there is something really specific you are going to have on your mind. You will be able to do something you weren't able to do before until you got this message. Oh my God, this is going to be so good. This is going to be so good. Whatever this is, you need to take this very seriously, because at the same time you are really taking charge of your own life as well. There is so much more to it. Oh my God. You are taking charge, you're taking care of your life, you're taking charge of your life, you're doing exactly what you should do. You will protect yourself, you will protect your life, you will protect your energy, and you will also set such a healthy boundaries like there is no tomorrow. Why? Because now you will be able to do something that, you will be able to do something about this problem that has been making you, kind of feel so unhappy for so long. Some kind of a challenge you have been going through. Now you will know, now it's time to deal with this problem. Now it's time to deal with this challenge. Okay, and this is something that you should focus on, because I'm not being funny. It's just something that you have been keep on leaving aside, and the longer you leave it, the worse it's going to be. It's like basically I've been doing something, you were going through certain things and you were fine, you were okay. And then you did few things like within the last few years that you're not so proud of. Okay, these things I can only describe as some kind of mistakes. You took on some kind of challenges, okay, and we all do this, it's okay. You took on certain things, you took on certain challenges, and you were extremely open-minded, but they didn't work out for you in a positive way. They didn't work out for you, and this happened within the last few years. Do you understand what I mean, my gorgeous Gemini? Do you know what am I talking about? It's to do with few different things that you were doing. You took few different challenges on, or maybe it was only one challenge, but I see it as a few different challenges you took on. You had such an open mind, and it was so exciting to start with, and then everything went down within the last few years. And bless your heart, I know that this didn't make you feel good. This made you feel really depressed. This made you feel really unhappy. This did kind of bring you down quite a lot. You lost your confidence a little bit, but please don't blame yourself, because you were seeing yourself like some kind of a failure. Do you know what I mean? And it's not that everybody's like, you see the spider walking across the camera. This was like a little spider walking across the camera, and this is such a good sign. Seeing a spider, I don't know if you've just seen it. It was just walking across the camera just a little bit, tiny cute little spider, and it's such a good sign that you know you are going to be really lucky. This is going to be a lucky week, and especially when it comes to your ambition, and especially when it comes to your money, especially when it comes to things that you've been ambitious about, my gorgeous Gemini. So this is like a really good sign. But anyway, so it's just, it happens to everybody. Sometimes we need to fail when it comes to certain things, and sometimes we end up with a big problem, you know, and sometimes, most of the time, we don't want to return to that aspect of our life, in our mind, in our soul, in our spirit, because we just feel so bad, and we just feel so unhappy, and we just feel so down. Do you know what I mean? But now, you know, my gorgeous Gemini, is just like you will be reminded of this maybe little mess that was left behind, and you're really gonna, this is all kind of gonna give you so much confidence to actually, you know, do something about it, because, you know, it's not necessarily about these things that you started within the last few years. I'm just telling you, there are certain few different things that you started and they didn't work out, or maybe it was a one thing, it didn't work out, you know, and you thought it's going to be really good, you thought it's going to be really successful, but everything went like kind of pear-shaped, but you must not kind of, you know, so it could be like a few different things, or it could be a one thing, for example, but there are still things that are left kind of unresolved, and you didn't want to think about these aspects of your life. You didn't want to think about it, you didn't want to focus on it, and I don't blame you, because it was like a very kind of a negative experience, but you're not going to be, and I understand completely, like, oh my God, but you're not going to be able to move on with your life on bigger and better things right now. Things are going to be dragging and really slow unless you identify this, and especially when it comes to what exactly do you need to do in order to resolve this, because there are certain problems that came with it, that grew with it, and the longer you leave this, the worse it's going to be. So there are certain adjustments that you are going to immediately need to make, my gorgeous Gemini, and that in itself, it's going to be absolutely obvious to you, because, you know, this has all been making you like really unhappy, to be quite honest with you. This has been making you feel really unhappy, and this has been making you feel really negative, and there is a very unusual experience that you are going to have after that, at around the beginning of this week, and this unusual experience is going to remind you of your own spirituality. It's going to remind you of how intuitive you are, how there is a different world apart from this world. Something very strange is going to happen, but somehow through that experience, it's so difficult to explain, you will be reminded of this. You will be reminded of this again, and you are going to realize, you know, that there is this possibility that you have to resolve this, but you will need to do these things that happened to you in the past, you know, so, but you will need to do something that you don't want to do. Maybe you will need to, you know, give something away. Maybe you will need to kind of pay for something, or you will need to give something away. There is something that you will need to do, and that you don't want to do, and you weren't able to do before until you had this message when it comes to your finances and when it comes to your financial situation. Just remember that this is going to give you a great deal of confidence when it comes to all this, you know. This is going to trigger so much within you. So it's all coming from there. It's all coming from, stemming from them, for example. But when it comes to that beautiful unusual spiritual experience you are going to have, now suddenly you are going to be reminded, my gorgeous Gemini, you know, of this possibility. Now boom, you're gonna have this possibility, you're gonna be reminded of this possibility, you know, to resolve these problems once and for all. And so far you couldn't do anything about it because your hands were tied behind your back. You were not able to open your mind to deal with this. You knew what you needed to do, but, you know, maybe financial situation didn't allow you, maybe you lost lots of confidence, maybe things just didn't feel or didn't seem right. All this is going to be contributing towards you feeling the right way and doing the right thing. So, you know, I know it sounds like really bizarre, but it's really a lot about you needing to deal with certain aspects of your past. There are certain things you're going to need to finalize, and there are certain things you're going to need to deal with in order to finalize them. And this is something that you will not be too excited about. But if you don't deal with this, you know, that aspect of your life, it's going to be left open and it needs to be closed, because you need to move on. Now it's the right time. Now it's the time to make your dreams real, and now it's time to take the lead. And this is something that nobody baby can do for you. You need to do this yourself. And every now and then we all need to do things that we don't want to do, my gorgeous Gemini, you know. So it really depends what this is. It's a very delicate and it's a very complex situation. But my God, you're going to feel and be so much happier after that moment in time. So you maybe just need to, as simple as, you know, you're going to need to finalize something. There are certain things that you're going to need to finalize. There are certain things you're going to need to bring to an end. Maybe there is something you're going to need to give away. Maybe there is something you're going to need to pay for. But that's the bottom line. You're going to need to finalize these things from your past. And then you're going to be able, you know, to enjoy your life from a completely different perspective. And I can see you doing this, and I can see you finalizing this. And as soon as you do this, you're going to feel so much lighter, you're going to feel so much better, and you're going to realize that this has been actually affecting you in a way where you were so unhappy, you lost your confidence. And when you lose your confidence, oh my God, every single aspect of your life gets affected. And it was also affecting your relationship with people. But only after you deal with this, you will find out, you will realize this. Because something is going to change within you. And there are certain things that few people are going to tell you, and after that, and they're going to make you feel so good about yourself. And you will realize how important you are in certain people's lives, certain people's eyes. And this is going to ring differently. It's going to be felt differently. All this is happening for a reason. Yeah, you are going to have like a really beautiful emotional experience before the end of this week. And you will realize how much do you mean to certain people. And something is going to be triggered within you. And you will realize that maybe you haven't been responding to certain people how you should have. And like you didn't have a time for them. But don't get me wrong. When we are worrying about certain things, oh my God, it's such a complex subject because it does affect so many different aspects of our lives. You're very emotional. You're very sensitive. You're empathic. So your emotions are going to be affected. The way you see things, it's going to be affected. You know, your relationship with people is going to be affected. So, you know, this is all kind of going to start getting together, my gorgeous Gemini. So what are you going to feel by the end of this week? It's really going to kind of awake you and make you realize that, you know, there are more important things in life than just those things that are driving us forward in terms of finances and materialistic things, for example, you know, and this is going to bring something so beautiful out of you, you know, in you. And also, when it comes to the meat part of this week, my gorgeous Gemini, you know, your own nostalgia, it's going to answer this big question you have been indecisive about for so long. Listen to me very carefully. Your own nostalgia is going to answer, or through your own nostalgia, you are going to have such a big question answered, okay? Something you have been in two minds about, something you have been so indecisive about, whether you're gonna start something official, something legal, something important, some kind of a court case even, you know, or not. And you will really decide to go for it. Something official, something important, something legal. It could even be like some kind of a court case, but I do know it's to do with something really serious, and it's to do with something really important. Okay, and I know, oh my God, it could be anything, but I'm telling you, your own nostalgia will do this. So it's worth to pay attention to what exactly is going to happen, what exactly is going to trigger your nostalgia, what exactly you're going to be thinking about when you find yourself being so nostalgic, which exact part of your childhood or your memories you're going to be drifting to. All this is so important to take into consideration when it comes to what exactly you're going to be reminded of. And in terms of legality, something legal, something important, something official, you are indeed going to realize that you're going to need to do. Yeah, I know. And this is going to liberate you. I can hear something is buzzing around me. This is going to liberate you, my gorgeous Gemini, trust me. But now, at the moment, this is what you're going to become so determined about. And then later on, you will be chilling out, you will be relaxing, you will have your own moment, the moment in time you forget about everything. You will be lying down, you will be relaxing, whatever. And then suddenly, boom, your intuition, suddenly you're going to be reminded, you know what, I am going to make this important decision, you know, to start this process. Whatever this is, it's going to work out so beautifully. In your favor, whatever this is, it's needed. There is so much more to it than you can possibly imagine. I mean, I know I mentioned like something legal, something important, something official, but whatever this is, it's spiritually going to affect you in such a miraculous, such an amazing way. Seriously, it's spiritually going to affect you in such a beautiful and such an amazing way. You're spiritually, you are going to do something that not only you're going to benefit from, but really great people in your life that are very close to you are also going to benefit from this. And this is why you're going to elevate yourself spiritually, which is ever so needed when it comes to moving forward with our lives, when it comes to us realizing and understanding what is the next big risk that we need to take, that we could avoid for such a long time and losing so much out in this life. Oh my goodness. By the time you get to the last part of this week, okay, I'm not being funny, but it's to do with somebody, oh my God, really not nice. Somebody very not nice, somebody really selfish, somebody really cheeky, somebody really sneaky, somebody who is a really hard work, and somebody who was giving you such a hard time for a while. You know, you need to be with this person like so patient, and you've been so patient when it comes to this person, you know, but it's somebody very sneaky, somebody very selfish, somebody not really nice. And you know what, I know I mentioned all these things, but this person has been going through something absolutely crazy and something very, very difficult. This person wasn't like this before. This is not somebody who's proper evil. This is not somebody who's like, oh my God, like horrible, horrible, horrible. This is not somebody who was always horrible. This is just somebody who turned out to be, maybe within the last couple of years, maybe within the last year, maybe within the last few months, something happened to this person, oh my God, or this person started to go through the certain stage in their life, and then it changed this person, and this person became like completely unrecognizable, like very sneaky, very cheeky, very kind of like somebody who you cannot trust, somebody who is lying, somebody who is dishonest, somebody who is sneaky, somebody who is having a hidden agenda all the time, somebody who is like a hard work in general, oh my God, and somebody who is making just things difficult for you and has been making things difficult for you for a while. You've been so patient with this person, and this person, it's really going to surprise you so pleasantly. And you knew this because you're so open-minded, you're so spiritually intelligent. You knew that this person is struggling with something, going through something. My God, you're so amazing. You're like a blessing in people's eyes. Just the way you are, just the way you respond, you know, just the way you talk to people, just the way your energy is. Your presence is like a gift to those people who are in your life. You know, your energy is like a gift. You're very different and you're very special. And you've been so patient when it comes to this person, and your patience is about to be rewarded. You are going to, this person is going to do something, and based on this person's act, you will know that this person changed. You will know that this person is not going to go back to where they were. And you will know that whatever this person was going through that brought the worst out in this person has come to an end. You are going to find this so rewarding. But you're going to feel so happy because this is somebody who means to you so much. Oh my God, you're going to feel so happy. But this person is also going to pleasantly surprise you, so pleasantly surprise you with two things. Something that's going on in their life, you will explode when you hear about it. You will love it. And this person is also going to give you like a little present. This person is going to surprise you with something. And what this person is going to surprise you, it's really not only going to turn your world around, but it's going to, oh my God, immediately change your whole perspective on what your next big step is actually going to be. So now, my gorgeous Gemini, I'm just going to shuffle these tarot cards and I'm going to see what's going to be a tarot card of the week. So now, my gorgeous Gemini, I'm just going to shuffle these tarot cards and I'm going to see what's going to be a tarot card of the week. Let's just see, let's just see, let's just see. Your tarot card of the week is Judgment. There are certain pictures that are on here, so I can't show this card, I'm afraid, but the tarot card of the week is a Judgment. And you know, I can't show this tarot card, but it's a Judgment. Maybe, yeah, no, I can't show it, seriously. But your tarot card of the week is a Judgment, my gorgeous Gemini. And the reason why I can't show you this card is because it's got like a little pictures on that are not deemed appropriate. But anyway, it's just an art. It's an art at the end of the day. But yeah, so that's why I can't show you this tarot card, and I should have prepared myself a little bit better. But anyway, so the bottom line is your tarot card is a Judgment. There you go, you see? Your tarot card is a Judgment, so you don't think I made it up. Yeah, you see, Judgment. And when it comes to the Judgment, you know, well, you will be making a ridiculously important decision by the end of this week. You will be making a really big and really important decision, okay, at around the end of this week, by the end of this week. And when it comes to this really big and really important decision, like, you will know that this big important decision only you can come up with. And if you do go ask somebody for an advice, for some kind of advice, then no, baby, no. This really needs to come from you. If you get it wrong, you get it wrong. You are meant to get it wrong. If you get it right, that's brilliant, you're ready. If you get it wrong, you're not ready just yet. You're just going to make another little circle. You will see, you will see, you will be guided. And you're going to have to catch up with certain things. And then after you catch up with certain things, you will get back to this aspect of your life. And then you will be ready. But it just needs to come from you, 1,000,000%, not anybody else.